Hey y'all, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Quasimorph. In the last part, we came over to Mercury for the first time and took on our first 5 skull defense mission. Get away from here, son, that's kind of blinding. But more importantly, what we ended up working on a lot was our navigation, and over here in the upgrade tree, we're actually 2 steps away from getting the Proxy Corporation department, which would be great. We need to get a couple more Quasimorph sensors, and I have been looking around for them for a little bit, and it seems like RealWare is the only people that are making them, and they're making them here as well as Venus, so we're probably going to stick around these 2 planets for a little bit. And then after that, we are going to need a couple different management units, which I think I saw SBN was carrying over on Venus. That one will be a little bit further out, I think. Those seem to be a bit more rare. Right now, it doesn't look like RealWare has anything super easy for us to pick up some credits on. There were a couple missions around Mercury, but those were both 5 stars, which we did do, but these ones are also 4-floor missions, which are going to be a lot more difficult, and 3,200 power concentrations, nothing to sniff at. And the other RealWare mission is also a 3,100 on 4 floors. Yeah, because there's a RealWare right here. This might give us a decent mission if we pop a monitor here. A mission for the Space Demons. Counterattack. RealWare 3,400. Okay. Yeah, we are getting a lot more difficult missions on the table around Mercury, as it turns out. Okay, I might end up regretting this, but we're going to try and stop this ritual. It's a 4-floor mission, 3,400 power concentration, a huge reward if we get it right, but yeah, this is going to be very tough, so we're sending out our best guy, naturally. And I was going to bring the anti-rad because we did see that the Mercurian Quasimorphs like beam stuff. However, the fact that it's a Teztclan mission makes me think it's going to be the Poison Ganix guys. You know what? I think he'll be fine. We'll send him with the normal kit. I'm going to send him out with as much buckshot as he can carry on his vest, and I think that'll be good. So helping out RealWare on defense, counterattack, eliminate the group of Quasimorphs from Teztclan before the ritual's completed, and we have to get up to the 4th floor. I have a feeling this might be Francis's first death, but we'll see how it goes. We gotta learn it somehow, right? It will not be possible to drop you off close to the ritual site. A real war has been going on at Norman R. Campbell for several days. We have to hurry. Quasimorphs must be stopped. Dang, you were so on their side last time we worked with them. And there's our first little scan. I love that for us. Does that tell us literally everything? It does. There's a stove. Okay, the elevator's on the other side of the map. It doesn't tell us any information about the enemies. It just gives you the floor layout as well as containers on the map. It doesn't tell you about items on the floor or enemies. Got it. There may be upgrades for that later. One thing I do want to check. Okay, right now it just tells us to get to the floor. It did say we were on a timer. I don't know if that's just once we get to the 4th floor or if that's for the entire mission. So I think the plan for now will be greedy on the 1st floor if we can afford to. Or I guess as long as we can afford to. And then 2nd and 3rd floor we'll probably try to rush through. And then 4th floor will, you know, get to the ritual site, defend it, and then hopefully be good after that. You know what? We are getting some medical supplies. I might actually carry these around the whole mission because I'm not quite sure what we're dealing with. Oh, and a medical machine. We should probably try and make some stuff with... Here we go. A tall man. Quasimorphosis twisted the body of this man no less than the mind. His swollen arm throbs menacingly. Guess we'll sprint close. Pay your attention. Here we go. Get you guys to come down. That is hand. Okay, get a little bit closer. This is why you do stealth checks. And I'm pretty sure this guy, this Hulk, by certain signs, you can understand swollen mass used to be a man. I have a feeling he's gonna pull some bloater stuff like that other guy that we fought by the Mercurians. So let's actually back off 2 steps and rip a shot. Called it. And I did take a look at what the Mercurians are based on. It looks like they're based on Arabic folklore. Specifically, they're based on genies and jinns. So that's pretty cool. But I don't think we're going to be dealing with them because we're going to be dealing with this guy's Quasimorphs. Probably go ahead, use the last slot. There we go. Sneak away because this guy's very slow. So he's going to be moving 1 step at a time. Okay, you got around him. That's fine. I'm not sure if you can actually damage your guys with your explosion. Okay, it looks like if you're at least 3 tiles out, you are safe, by the way. So 3 tiles space, I think between us and a bloater is a decent little chunk. Does look like he can do some decent damage to them. Oh, this guy's down to 1 health, yeah. And okay, that's a contusion that's self-healing. So go ahead and rip shots at that guy in the back. I think I see the problem we're going to be dealing with these guys is it's going to be hordes of them. Get a little bit closer. Probably go down to stealth at this point while we do our looting. And I'm sure we'll be able to find a decent weapon. For now, I'm just going to pick up anything I can get my hands on. And we might as well disassemble this stuff in case we want to get something out of it. It looks like the Hulks actually carry some of their old equipment. That guy just had jeans on him. I guess it would also be nice to see if these are worth grabbing, if they deteriorate into something useful or not. So I guess we'll grab those for this mission since it doesn't look like they're gonna have much else on them. Oh, interesting. Eye of Karok. Explores level, spoils after 3 weeks. Okay, so we can use this as a scanner, I'm guessing. So let's go ahead and hold on to that. We'll probably save that for the 4th floor. Let's talk about how good Gavok can be. Let's carry that around for this mission. I think actually running through this level might be somewhat critical because, yeah, their timer, I think, is going to be going up a lot faster, I just noticed. So that's going to be a little bit of a change of pace for us. Now that I think about it, it probably would have been smart to bring a stack of cigarettes on this one. Didn't really think about that until just this moment. This one might take a couple attempts. Fortunately, there's no penalty for really failing a mission except for, you know, dying and losing. Okay, I know I was just talking about keeping the rags. We're actually going to drop them because I think I'm going to need to carry some other stuff out. And I do also want to try and make use of this medical machine while we can. At this point, like, I know it's so tempting to loot the entire level. It might be worth just going back to the shuttle and then heading straight for the elevator. It does seem like a waste of the shuttle, but one, we're not really doing this for stage loot. We're doing this so I can go buy something. And 2, there is something that happens if you let this meter max out, and it's not good. In fact, it's actually very, very, very bad. And chances are I'm woefully unprepared for it because I've never even seen it in my personal time. So we might be better off just trying to get through the level. I'm even going to disassemble that because I don't plan on using it. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to move up. There's a lot of level to see, and with 4 floors, I don't think there's going to be a shortage of loot. Again, I do hate wasting the shuttle space. We're doing pretty good on materials for the most part, and I don't think there's going to be anything too interesting down here. I am going to go sneak for a second just to make sure we got most of the enemies. I will detour for a weapon crate. We'll go grab that. But yeah, looking at all the doors, I think because they're Quasimorphs, they're a lot more aggressive off the rip. So I think they all came for me directly as soon as the level started, which if that's what we're going for, that could actually be beneficial for us, mainly because we have a shotgun and it's going to make it easier to just line them up in some little hallway where we can just rip shots and guess who was wrong and guess who found a spider. Okay. Poison's pretty bad. We don't like that. Is there a medical machine nearby? No. So we got a chemical burn on our foot. That's not great. I'm going to get greedy and use the Gavok right away because that lowers poison. And nothing on Spider Corpse, sadly. Yeah, 4 speed. Spiders can be very dangerous. I think I've seen them once in my personal time. But there we go. That's Gavok working. Thankfully, we didn't get that addiction. Probably slow down to save some calories and make sure we don't get jumped again. Okay, so even if you think they're all going to be coming at you, they are always more. Fortunately, there's plenty of food here, so we can actually make sure that we're full up on that before we move up. This could be huge. Pirates on the 2nd floor. If pirates and Quasimorphs want to kill the shit out of each other, then that's great for me. Also, I guess we did get the 2nd floor scanner unlocked as well, which is good news for us. Looks like it's going to be over to the right. And again, I think at this point, we just head straight for the elevator. No need to waste time. We're already up to 548, and I still don't have any way to reduce Quasimorphosis. Boy, ID card. If we can get out with that, that'd be nice. We still need 11 of the damn things. Yeah, we got to at least go up to walking, I think. We need to cover distance. Alteration already. Yikes. Okay, you know what? That's going up a lot faster all of a sudden. I think that's because the pirates are getting killed by Quasimorphs. So I think no matter what I do at this point, I'm going to show off the scary thing, so that'll be fun for you guys to see. And a bunch of good stuff here. Okay, well, you can hear the awesome new badass music that we haven't heard before. Yeah, this is going to get, okay, here we go. Open the door. Doorway. Blast. That worked out. Was worried about that. Decay, 1 per turn. Okay, is that going to heal off? Decay. How does one deal with decay? I don't know if I can heal that. Entropy is a thing in this game. The way it works is it takes the lowest of your cold or your fire resist. Problem is, I don't know if that's how the healing for it works. Because that says frostbite. You know what? We'll try a bandage. Just to get something on there. Oh. Well, guess who showed up? Sultan. which is interesting because he is the Shartamakum Baron. Barons show up when you get up to 1,000 Quasimorphosis. This just freaked out. You should not have come here. Shartamakum contemplates. Shartamakum is waiting. Shartamakum is preparing for war. Prepare for eternal lamentation in my womb, Gavok. So I think we're actually stuck on this floor until we deal with said Sultan, and I don't think we get any indication of where he is. So we probably just start sneaking around for a little bit. I think I might just be dying of decay permanently now, by the way. We'll go ahead and take that Igvos spitter. I don't know if we're gonna get to use it before I die. I think our saving grace might be if we can find a medical room. That's the only thing I can think of, if there's even one on this floor. It looks like it's a lot of the rooms that I wanted earlier, which is all offices. I see medical stations. I don't see a medical bed. Yeah, I don't think there's a single medical bed on this platform, which is a problem. Health kit might do it, but I also kind of want to save this until I know we need it for regen and stuff like that. It's a 50-50 to heal any wound. We only have 3 shots with it. I'm going to try a hydrogel on the decay. I don't think it's gonna work, but I gotta try something. Sneak up a couple slots. Okay, someone's coming through here. See if we can get an angle on you before you get through. It's a Malak. Okay, so I guess the Quasimorphs are teaming up. An ABD, which, oh, you have an Ash Shamsha staff. I guess I hit space instead of X like a fucking idiot. Love that for me. It's the best. Go up to sprint for next round. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are teammates or enemies, because this is technically Mercurian Quasimorph territory, but Ganix is trying to come take it over. Okay, you don't see me yet over here. Rip shots at you guys. Malak right here. You're right there. Okay, that's a problem. Go up. I'm gonna get hit by this guy, I guess. Yep. Okay, you missed. Good job. I'm out of ammo. This might be over very quickly. This might be over a lot quicker than anything else we've done in this game. Okay. Sprint. Wait. Shoot. Oh, good. They are fighting. Okay. Huge. Get rid of you. You, please. Thank you. Weird click for some reason. Okay, that APD is either going to hopefully start shooting at these guys or he bled out. Slave down. 3 more down. Shoot. How fast are you? 2. Okay, we can sneak a reload in here. Wait and sprint. Is that going to be the Sultan? It is. This creature is reminiscent of genies from ancient Earth legends. Truly, Shartamakum is a mysterious and deadly Brahmfatura. He has a genie hand. He has a tiara. Love that energy. Mirror armor, some cloth, a bunch of resistances, and 240 health, and he's slow. I'm guessing he has range, though. Yes. And he fires 4 to 6 at a time. So that's a Baron. It's gonna kill me here in about 5 seconds, I think. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's any play I can make here where I don't die. The answer is honestly probably no, because I'm in a corner. You know what? This is blunt. I think I have decent blunt defense. I can't check my inventory to check my armor. Okay, screw it. We're getting to cover. I'm waiting. Another shot at you. Okay, we missed. That was Genie Hand, apparently. And on top of that, now there's a bloater on the way. Okay, if he doesn't push this, I have a chance. I'm not sure if diagonals count for distance on explosions, so I might be in explosion range of this Ferris. Screw it. Maybe we'll get knocked back. Nope, and you're charging up. Okay. We peek. Shoot at you. Yep, we did eat that, unfortunately. I was afraid of that. Oh, you know what? You ate poison too. That's good. Okay, I think the play here. Go down to walking for next round. Get to cover. Yep, just use the cover. That's fine. Pop a first aid kit. We need it. And probably just eat while we're in here since anything in the backpack is 1 action. Pop the hemostatic in case that helps. Pop some anti-frost tablets. I think we're still poisoned, unfortunately. Antibiotic, right. You actually deal with poison. I forgot about that. Okay, that's good. Eat some more food so that we don't have to worry about it later. Okay, you get your actions. That's fine. No, that misclick! Did you miss twice? Okay, I really thought I was over him. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're okay. This is way too stressful for a freaking turn-based game. Okay, get there. Zoom in so I don't fucking misclick again. How are you doing? Mostly fine. You have a mild burn on your tummy. Whoopsie-doo. Okay, the game's being weird about me clicking like twice in a row on these guys. I'm guessing it's trying to process actions. I don't know. Full round reload. Yeah, I feel like I need to pop another antibiotic. Okay, you know what? Just get the reload in and do 2 rounds of shooting and sprint. Yeah, it's weird. You really need to wait a second, I guess, when you're shooting a Sultan. Okay, this cover is god tier, by the way. Check health. Okay, that's a mild burn. It says it's self-healing. I think poison will start going down or go away once that happens. How's your health? Halfway down. Okay, but I guess you gotta wait like 5 seconds for him to process his damage. There we go. Yeah, this cover is the only reason I have any chance in this fight. How are you looking now? Down to 100. Okay, 2 more shots. And still processing. Start reload for next round. And just wait in place. How much does... I can't check my inventory. I do want to check how much antibiotics does. I want to say it's like 80%, so I think we're still fine. We're eating damage, but our health is okay. You are down to 43. You know what? Go down to walking to be more accurate. There we go. Okay, come on. One more shot. We can take down the Sultan. We can do this. First Sultan down, and it goes down to 100 for grasp. So technically the level's chilled out for a minute. The problem is, 1, this is never going to go below 100 again, and 2, I'm still poisoned. Also, he completely destroyed this wall behind me, and I think this wall in the next section. So thank you, metal containers. I love you for the rest of my life. The question is, now what? You know what? Stealth check to start off. Probably not a bad idea. Use the rest of the ammo in that pocket. Definitely don't use the med kit. Pop the antibiotic. I think we're fine. Unfortunately, the TR is actually not that great. It only has 14 resistance. Let's disassemble it. All right, that's gonna be Mercurian rags because that's something different. Hey, guess what? More enemies are here. Hope you guys like that 2-turn respite. Another ABD with a knife this time. Okay. Get over here to this, because this is very important to pick up. Zulkarnain's Gaze. Gartamakun Pact. These are things you get as a reward for taking down Barons. I've literally never seen these, I've just read about it. Creates a beam of energy that deals 25 to 50 damage in a line of fire. Bane reduces vision to 0 for 10 turns, adds 100 Quasimorphosis and 50 AP to recover. Yeah, these things are a little bit tricky to figure out, but should be very good if we can get them. Your armor wasn't that great, actually. Yeah, they're all about fire and cold resist for Mercury. Probably don't worry about any of that. Is that worth extracting with, as a curiosity? It is. You know what? I'm actually going to take that and leave. I'm not sure if I can keep doing the mission if I get over to that elevator, because I did that a little bit early, because I've never gotten this far. Get down a little bit more. There's a better angle. Okay, you were apparently already damaged. Really need this stuff to clean up. And probably go down to stealth at this point. Okay, and this will be that other staff we found. Honestly, you seem a little bit better than the Igvos. Let's disassemble that. Probably bring this down here. Bring you over here. 300 on this knife. What would I be willing to drop for that? I'd drop some plastic so we can make room for that in case we want to use it. If nothing else, it's nice to always bring a little bit of a souvenir back from missions. Elevator is way over here, so there could still be contacts, so don't assume the mission's over yet. How long do you take to reload? 3 turns. I think we found the pirates, by the way. Yar. I think we found somebody who wants to come say hello. Okay, we haven't used one of these things yet, so let's figure it out. Beam. Beam. There we go. Okay, that's pretty fun. Okay, it looks like there's a lot more to beam as it turns out. Oh, and it fires through. Nice. I guess it did say pierce through on it. That would make sense. Okay, well... here's the other part of the Quasimorph pact we picked up, which is an unbreakable pact. There's an exception. If you can break the pact with an actual contract, yeah, you can actually take this off a character. We're definitely extracting that. I'll be honest, I don't know why this random dude had it, but we take what we can get. And Mercurian glass. We probably want to try and get some of that out so that we can repair some of our stuff. We're doing okay on tin cans for explosives, so let's go ahead and grab that. And a sentry gun. Of course, you'd try to give me a sentry gun when I'm completely full up. This thing will expire if we don't use it. Counterpoint. I could find us using that very easily. You know what? These meds are almost used up, so let's drop those. Ooh, do we go for a falchion or a sickle is the question. I think I'm gonna go for the falchion because it looks cooler. Okay, so at this point, we really can choose if we want to evac right away or just keep going with the mission. So I guess you technically don't need to be afraid of calling an evac early if you think you can get away with it. This mission's pretty damn tough as it turns out. So I'm gonna evac. Yeah, we would definitely need to go in there with some anti-Quasimorph stuff for sure. But you know what? We got away alive. Sometimes that's more than you can ask for. Okay, I was about to say we need to re-up our med kit, but I think we're still making the... Oh, never mind, there's one. Yeah, you honestly having 2 med kits may not even be a bad thing, but we are making a bunch more med kits, I think. And we'll probably need to continue doing so for a while, if I had to guess. After dealing with all that chicanery, which was interesting because we were actually dealing with 2 Quasimorph factions, and you know what? The other thing we learned? Quasimorphs will fight each other. That's actually very good to know. How about we change things up and head back to Earth for a little bit? We haven't been there in a while, and we do need to get a bunch of medical crafting done, I think, after that. I feel like medical stuff has suddenly become a much higher priority than it has been for me for a while. That does mean we're gonna need to start collecting a lot more rotten meat so that we can start cranking out first aid kits en masse, though. So probably get a bunch of buckshot going as well, since Francis is still definitely our anchor. Okay, made our way over to Earth, and let's see if there's anything remotely survivable. Yeah, it looks like missions in general are starting to get tougher, so we probably need to start building for that. That being said, see if we can possibly get a mission over on that RealWare. Is there anywhere else that we're more likely? We could also hit Zielkowski if we want to, and technically nothing going on Earth. You know what? I don't think we've been to Earth yet. Let's actually check it out. No new missions found. Yikes. Okay, well, good start. Let's see if we can find one over on station. I don't know if you don't find a mission, if it uses a charge, or if it only uses it once you actively find a mission. Okay, a mission for you again. You want to hit Daydream Chems. See if we can do back to back. All right, we got 2 missions for the demons back to back. Here we go. This counterattack looks more realistic. Unfortunately, we won't get enough of a reward, I think, to actually make credits off it, but I honestly just want to get on RealWare's side so that they can give us better rewards. So we'll do another counterattack. This time, we'll hopefully not have to worry about... Actually, you know what? Let's maybe see if we can find 2 Barons. Why not? This one's only a 2-floor mission as well, so fortunately, our scanner should show us literally everything. Since we are dealing with the poison space demons, I am going to bring a stack of antidote. Yeah, I'll bring 2 stacks of antidote, and other than that, you went through a lot of that hammer. Let's go ahead and repair that. I think actually before I go on mission, I am going to set up the conveyor for another round of... Let's see, where are they? Yeah, repair kits. I feel like we'll want a couple stacks of these going forward, especially for the firearms. We'll sit on that for now, and then we should be okay. But yeah, let's go ahead, counterattack, make sure we switch that. Yeah, RealWare's already up to Tech 4. And I think we can get Tech 2 with them, so getting them on side, even with these little missions, is probably a good idea. And I could send Oberon, since it's supposed to be an easier mission technically, but I'm going to send Francis out again just because I do maybe want to try and see what the other Baron looks like. And it looks like we're defending a food factory of all places, so that should be fine for us. I am also going to bring out a couple cigarettes just to be cautious. Glad I saw that. Definitely bring ammo. We were rinsing through it last time, so we need to probably start bringing full stacks of, or full vests rather, of ammo. I'm tempted to go for some grenades as well. Problem is I don't know if stun grenades actually affect Quasimorphs or not. I think we're fine to go as is. And there's our floor scan right away, which is so nice. It's so good just to know where the elevator is right away. Okay, the other thing I did just notice, it looks like Absentia starts off at 100 when you're doing a ritual, which I guess makes sense because they've been here for a while. Okay, and this is why I didn't want to bring a full stack of cigarettes, because we actually got lucky and found some in the first vending machine. Might be worth grabbing water to get rid of some acid puddles if we get splashed, so I might actually carry a little bit of that around for a while. Oh, you know what? That's actually a scanner up north. Let's go see if we can check that out. We found enemies at the bare minimum. Okay. Back off in case that's another one. Just a basic. Okay, go down to sneak for a second. Okay, there is another one. There we go. And a fully operational scanner. Love that. Let's see. So only 7 enemies on the level. Not too shabby. Interesting little thing here, I think, is what's happening This place normally can't be affected by Quasimorphs. However, it has to be affected by Quasimorphs because, you know, they're doing a ritual here. So maybe they're trying to actively break that. I think we might be stuck at 100 Absentia, but there are Quasimorphs here. So, okay, we may have accidentally rolled a very easy mission as it turns out, because I don't think these guys are going to get buffed at all. And with this crew, since we're going to be chilling, it looks like we're definitely going to go ahead and go for a total loot here. So we'll make up for that. There was a person here. I thought that was a corpse. Wait, what? Didn't I just loot you? What happened? You might have been just out of sight or something, but okay, we'll splint that. Okay, there's a lot of possessed here. All right. That's them cleared out. Go ahead and grab a snack while we're in the neighborhood. Got unlucky with the splint roll there, so we'll go ahead and go for another one. Yeah, I think this level's basically finished now, so we'll just grab some more loot, see if there's anything interesting, and then move up to the second. Oh, looks like there's one of the scorpion puppies in here. There we go, you saw me. Hey, poopers. Yeah, I really do feel like power concentration has an impact on what you're finding because, yeah, we're not finding anything great if we're being completely honest. After the last mission, this is all a lot less impressive. This is also a food factory, so that may have something to do with it. Yeah, we'll just drop this stuff off on the shuttle and then we'll head up to the second floor immediately. I'm even gonna drop cigarettes off because we definitely don't need them. I'm gonna hold on to the antidote because I know if I hold on to it, I won't need it. However, if I leave it on the ship, poison's gonna kill me. So we'll carry it around. We'll trade my one cargo space for living. I get to the second floor. You're almost there. You need to find the ritual site as soon as possible and stop it. So I do wonder if that means I'm actually on a timer this time. Floor 2, remaining to kill targets 80 turns. Okay, that's interesting. Also go ahead and call in the capsule in case we find anything fun. Unfortunately, with the scanner, this becomes a lot easier. I'm guessing this would just tell you anyway, but okay, it looks like it will tell you who's there, and then this X doesn't show anything, so that must be the actual ritual. I'm guessing there's going to be enemies on the way there. We are on a timer, so I am going to try and do a little bit of walking. I will be cautious about it. Also, there's the capsule. Okay, there's some of them. How's the timer looking? 65 turns left. Probably just head straight there, try and walk. Okay, well, so much for walking past these guys. All right, rip shot at you. Get rid of you. Get to that. Flip the shot. And this does go down to ritual site, so we'll go ahead and sneak a reload in as well. Bit risky opening a door with that, but we can, okay, I was gonna say we can fall back if we need to, but it looks like we're fine. Probably get 1 turn or 2 of stealth in. Okay, so far we're fine. Go back up to walking. Go ahead and eat 1 little PMC ration. And how many turns do we have left? 47. Okay, we're fine there. And Acolyte, one of the puppies. Move in, and okay, they do respond to me immediately. You have a spider claw. Okay, I think you all have melee, so we should be fine. Don't know if that actually disrupts the ritual at all. 44. Okay, so even if you disrupt them during the ritual, it doesn't mess with the turn counter. They're just here to guard the thing while it finishes, I guess. Is that a pistol? It is. Okay, be a little bit more cautious here. Try and get to this cover if we can next turn. There we go. There we go. Mission complete. Not the most difficult thing we've done, but it's good to get an easy version of that. That would have been a lot more difficult on the other one, I think, especially considering we wouldn't have had a floor scanner. I was planning to save that one thing we picked up for it, but, you know, it could have still gone wrong. And some decent Venusian armor. I don't know if it's going to be better than anything we have for our other guys, but we'll grab it. Also, apparently these spider claws are actually pretty decent. Oh, you can use it as a bionic leg. Interesting. Definitely grab that in that case. And almost a full stack of bandages in the medical room. We'll go ahead and grab those since we do need to start overstocking on these a little bit so we can start making med kits. Yep, you guys just run on through the fire. That'll be a-okay. Distract a few more of you over this way. That's spreading pretty rapidly. I'm sure that's fine. There we go. Okay, looks like they actually came up from somewhere else in the level. Oh, there's actually a lot down here, I see. Okay, we'll need to go loot that after we deal with this. Can you do your blood explosion, please? Thank you. Okay, well, I'm glad we checked up here. 3 servers. That could be what we came here for, of all things. Let's see if we roll lucky. A bunch of transformers, not a bad start. A lamp, which, again, not bad compared to rags. And an AI module. There we go. We got something out of this. Hooray. And another one of those eyes, actually. Okay, that's actually not a bad pull. I was about to say, oh, I did want to see what rotten spider meat does. It just goes rotten. I don't know how this already went bad. I thought it had a week on it, but that's fine. We don't need that. Probably drop this one too then. RealWare has already transferred the reward to Magnum. I can't shake the feeling that it was watching what was happening at the station and collecting information. Do you feel like a laboratory mouse, boss? Definitely just being watched by RealWare so they could see what happened. And we got lab suit chip, which... good to get it out of the way. Some garbage, military spare parts, that's actually good. Recycled paper towels, thanks, but no thanks. And some low tier food and some painkillers. So unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get any credits out of this one, but you know what? We were checking that out just to see what it's like, and now we know. And no upgrades out of that, sadly, but I think that's what we're going to call it part for here, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, I don't think we got any credit out of that, unfortunately, so we'll have to find out what we can do for RealWare next time to hopefully be able to start buying some Quasimorph sensors, unless someone else around Earth has those for sale. Nope, the first one I found was immediately RealWare. And there's the SBN stuff that we were actually wanting to get. Actually, SBN's selling a lot of the stuff we want over here at the network center. Unfortunately, they hate us, so we do need to work on that. It looks like SBN might be a lot more important than I was anticipating because they also have cloning and research stations for sale. Okay, so I think next time we might do a little bit of a split push because we need to help out SBN so they like us again. I'm pretty sure they despise us at the moment. Yeah, -23 isn't great. We should be able to get that up in a couple missions. But the important thing with RealWare, thanks to that mission, is our reputation gain. Now they actually like us and are willing to give us Tech 4, which I believe is what they're at right now. Yeah, that's their current tech level. So next time we will continue the hunt for more Quasimorphosis sensors so we can hopefully start proxying a minor corporation. And I think we're also going to start trying to get SBN on side. So hopefully y'all are looking forward to that. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.